tradition this particular January. Yesterday, I saw lots of pictures. I saw lots of people who were commemorating the event. So congratulations to everybody. And then also people who are doing the family beginning of the year party from the 1st of January. Wishing everybody a happy new year. A lot of people have a lot of events lined up within this period. So we're wishing everybody the very best, and congratulations to all that you're celebrating. And of course, we also heard that some people had lost family members on the night that had brought us into the new year. And of course, we commiserate with you, and we pray that God gives you the fortitude to bear such a terrible loss at such a momentous time. All right. Welcome to High Voltage. This is our topical and, of course, political program where we discuss newspaper, social affairs, and everything that you need to know to keep you an upstanding Nigerian. Okay, that is the point of this program. You can always join it live on YouTube. You can always check us out as well. It's at High Voltage News. Please like, subscribe, and share, and you'll be able to catch up with everything that we've got going on. Breaking news, summarizing and analyzing headlines and stories, top stories in the news, just for your complete access. All right. You can also call live into the studio to be direct participator of the analysis and contributions this morning on the program. Call 0706 048 5853. You can also call 0915 570 8347 to be a part of the program. Okay, so let's not pull any further time. Let's go quickly to the Daily Post. The first story on the news this morning: breaking Anglican Archbishop and driver released after 1 month in kidnapper's den. All right, it takes 1 month to get them, but I guess if they had probably protested, they would have found them a lot sooner. If they had waved a placard instead, probably they should have started protesting right there in the kidnappers den. Just say a bunch of things and have the kidnappers record them. They would have found them in 24 hours. All right, but now that is not the case. It takes 1 month for our security agents to find kidnapped victims. Moving forward, bribery allegations, defections, and other issues that have shaped reps in 2024. Question is, would it continue to shape them now in 2025? Because apparently nothing has been done as regarding their behavior in 2023. In 2024, you let them get away with everything that they did. They got away with every single thing. All right. And because of that, what do you want us to do? All of the issues that came up about these guys, nobody said anything. Nobody did anything. Nobody was investigated, prosecuted. What you did was lock up anybody who had anything to say. So now that that is the case, what are you going to do moving forward? We do have a lot of questions for the authorities, and we hope that they have answers, because I don't think 2025 there will be a lot of explaining to do, because you asked us to be patient, and we have been. But in our patience, you have given us exactly their vehicles to use smaller cars. I don't know how you want us to perceive these information, but when we close our eyes, what we see is not hope at all. It's not future. The only thing we see is that you are getting better, and we are not. That's the only thing that we get to see. And somebody needs to look into that. All right. Moving forward, 2025 census. Ohaneze Ndigbo demands conclusion of, okay, sorry about that. Let's do that again. Ohaneze Ndigbo demands inclusion of ethnicity and religion. Okay, so Ohaneze demands inclusion of ethnicity and religion as part of the criterion for the census 2025. Are we ready for a national census? Well, That's left for you to decide. But I think it's about time we really know what we're doing with the numbers. Everybody seems to be quoting the numbers off the top of their head. We're not really sure how much more people have joined the number we're already looking at. And believe me, it's been a number of people, judging from the last census we've had in this country. All right, let's continue to look at what's on the news. Inflation, Labour pushes for minimum wage increase in 2025. This is the most ridiculous headline of the day. Is Labour drunk on a Thursday morning? Labour pushes for minimum wage increase when you haven't even made sure that the one you already negotiated was paid. Are you people okay? It's that purposeful ignorance. Everybody keeps pretending they don't know what's going on. Does Labour not know that a lot of governors in Nigeria have not paid? They've not even agreed to pay the already negotiated minimum wage. Does Labour know? Does Joe admit? Does he have any idea? Who are you playing with? You're playing with the emotions of Nigerians. This is so unfair. You haven't paid the 70,000 naira you agreed upon since May 2024. You agreed. You kept pushing it. You kept politicizing it. You kept playing with it. And even till now, you haven't completely implemented the minimum wage you agreed on. And now you're going to play with the mentality of the Nigerian people with you're going to push for minimum wage increase. It's bordering on mental harassment at this point. You people have to be joking. Your talk without action is pushing Nigerians into deeper poverty. CUPP slams President Tinubu. All right, let's see if there is more. 2025, lifting of spell. God will arise in anger. Dunamis pastor Paul Eneche speaks on the New Year message to his congregation. All right, that sounds like a pretty good prayer. Nigerian government begins withholding tax regulation. Nigerian government begins withholding tax regulations. All right, any more surprises? Do you have any more surprises for the Nigerian people? I didn't think not. Israel's former defense chief resigns from parliament. Stories we never hear in Nigeria. Israeli airstrike kills 10 in southern Gaza. We are hoping that this whole thing dies up this year, but apparently they are starting the year with a banger over there in the Middle East. There goes world peace. Moving on, 2025, enemy won't determine your life. Jesus will open doors, Pastor Kunui, to his congregations. And I'm sure across board, too many messages going around to keep people hopeful. It is good. But the people must understand that no amount of prayer will fix decisions that are being made wide-eyed by your fellow human beings. All right? Purposefully, deliberately, no amount of prayer would stop the ambitions of men. So you must know what your ambitions are. And then we must know what our ambitions are as a nation, as a people. If we figure out what that is, so long as it's not self-appraisal, so long as it's not self-centered, so long as it's not selfish. Because so far, from the fruits that we are able to deliver as a nation, it is saying that collectively, this is the kind of people that we are. Misappropriators, mismanagers, liars, dishonest people, people who lack integrity. That is the result we are giving. That is our general ambition. as a people. Now, until there is a shift in how we mentally perceive ourselves, generally, as a people, as individuals, collectively, it will reflect in the kind of government that we are vying for. It will reflect on the kinds of leaders that we produce. So this right here is a general problem. What the people who are running this place is doing is amplifying who we are as a people generally. We might continue to say it's bad leadership all we want, but this is a general problem that we all have. We must all be conscious and be careful in the way that we lead our daily lives. Because all of us have gone to the crossover services, we've had our prayers on, and then we will go back to the same behavior deed that favored good. And so cycle of services, we go for the church because we will still, some of you have been to the church more than 4 times this week. But are you going to really make any changes? Is something really going to change in your life? Something that can actually bring out a ripple effect of multiple change around you in your environment? Would you become a better father to your children? Would you become a better husband? Would you become a good mom? Would you become a better wife? A better boss? A better superior? A better HOD? A better vice chancellor? A better deacon? A better pastor? Will we all be better? A better business person? Can we all do better in our little quarters? And perhaps the people whom we have given mandates to run our government, the people we have given power to tell us how our lives will go, the people we the authority to project the trajectory of our lives, maybe they can pick up the ideology that's going on amongst us and they will begin to act right. Because so far we are all probably just going around it and talking about it. It doesn't matter how many pastors rise up in this country. It doesn't matter how many prophecies have gone by. They've been going around since you were born. And they will continue to be until the people change it. If you're familiar with the good books, it says that if the people agree, I will agree with them. So I don't know what you read or what you are conversant with in those books, but you must read where it is saying the real facts. It says, if you gather up as a people and you agree on something, I will agree with you. So apparently we are agreeing as a country that this is the right way to go. We are pretending that we don't see that the government is not doing okay. They're acting like everything is fine. The NLC is acting like all of you are receiving 70,000 naira minimum wage. And now they will come out in the news and say, we are vying for you to get more. More what? You're trying to get more what? You haven't paid the 70K you promised over 6 months ago. And now you're telling the people you haven't even paid 70,000 naira that you're pushing for more. Is it insolence? Are you trying to insult the people's intelligence? And they will come and say they're pushing for more. More what? 27 says Peter Obi. Now, if name, there's a lot of controversy around him. People come up with all kinds of things about they have paired him with all kinds of individuals in hope for 2027. Well, according to them, no, don't buy any misinformation out. That's what at least what this is saying. All right. Tinubu's New Year message no site says the PDP. All right, plans will crash, says Governor Fubara, who seems to be going through from authorities. And of course, his opposition, that is his boss, former governor of Rivers State, Nyesom Wike. This put a lot of fire under him for reasons that are very obvious. But It seems he's fighting a good fight over there in the River State. Well, good luck to them and to the people of River State. Guba polls, zone APC Guba ticket to Ocean West. A group advocates, all right? New Year probe and recover 25 trillion naira stolen by APC leaders. PDP urges Tinubu. Okay, is that ever going to be possible? You're asking him to put his party members on the probe. Okay, that sounds quite doable. All right, 2025 effectively tackle insecurity, hardship, power supply. The accord to President Tinubu's government. All right, a lot of ideas and advice going out to the president in the new year about how to make things better here for Nigerians. Uh, Hopefully, he is listening, and hopefully, the interest of the Nigerian government, hopefully, he cares about the people. I'm trying to get across to the Vanguard news this morning on the Vanguard economy. Hardship deals. Okay, let's take closed. All right, let's take that again. Hardship deals huge blows to physical illness in Nigeria. If confusing to you, then you're probably not living here. Moving forward, in 2025, God will crush Rivers' enemy, says Sim Fubara. All right, that's him on his New Year to his people, trying to encourage them. New age divides Nigerians. Okay, he has come under a lot of fire for this New Year message. Okay, you might check that out. It's out there on the news channels. Check out High Voltage News. We've got all the breaking news over there. Please like, subscribe, and share, and you'll be doing us a very huge one. Okay, Biden says New Orleans attacker was inspired by Islamic State. All right, everybody has what they are dealing with, terrorism all over the world. If I don't know why you people are allowed, but at least countries like America are taking it quite seriously and trying to nip it quite in the bud. But over here, we hear things like they are just 32 members. You don't have to worry about them. They're just baby terrorists. They're cool, all right? And then next thing, they're advertising on social media, giving people incentives to join. And next thing, they are holding military bases down, holding down power supply plants, and holding people and moving people out of their communities in numbers. But of course, don't worry, they are baby terrorists. You shouldn't be scared of a 32-man terrorist group. Yeah, don't reform transport, create jobs to ease Nigerians' hardship in 2025. More advice to the president 2025. All right, outrage. Gains of minimum wage eroded by taxation. Labor continues. Truly, civil servants are being taxed to hell and back. To look into that. But of course, the government needs tax, and it needs to also be encouraged to grow more. Right. So this unity will sabotage 2027 bid to unseat APC. Labour Party DG wants. But Labour Party, which DG? Because apparently there are 2 or 3 factions of Labour Party. The Abure and of course the rest of them. So which of the DGs is making this pronouncement? Economic reality, our fears over 70,000 naira minimum wage, says NECA. Nobody is talking about if they are paying this minimum wage or not. Everybody's just assuming that it's being paid. I'm wondering if that is on purpose or if there's something going on. Or maybe they are paying and you people are not saying something, but seriously. Why is everybody pretending like Nigerians are receiving 70,000 naira minimum wage? Why is everybody acting like this is a normal thing? Have you started receiving it? Have they started paying? Have the governors all started paying that amount? What is this? Anyway, extra million teachers. That's a lot of numbers. You might want to consider taking a teaching job. They're looking for teachers all over the world. All right, let's move forward. Okay, we've taken that one before. Tinubu squandered 2024. Sadly, he's set to waste 2025 too. This was written by Olufosan. Okay, but that's on a kind of documentary. But 2024, as have awarded another refinery. The Warri refinery is said to be working again. Yay, we are so happy. But what about the Port Harcourt refinery? Is it still working? Does it still produce fuel? Is it still selling fuel to marketers? A marketer about the Port Harcourt refinery spent some time in jail and had to be accused of trying to harass the government. Show me. So these are the issues. Are we allowed to ask questions about how these things are operated, or we're supposed to take whatever it is that you tell us? And are we supposed to ask questions? Is it? You drop these headlines and we're supposed to just read them and go to bed. When in reality, we are the reality of the things you're telling us to read. The things we're reading here, we are the reality. We are the actual reflection of the things you're telling us here. So when we begin to ask you questions and begin to just solve the situation, fix the petroleum price, regulate it, do your jobs, and let everybody have peace. But no, you care about defamation. You care about who's angry or who is complaining or how dare they complain. But you're steady saying these things. You're steady disappointing the people. You're steady breaking the people. And God forbid, if the offended child cries. Atiku asks Nigerians to increase vigilance in 2025. I completely agree. We must all be alert and aware. 2025. We cannot afford to just waste this away too and manage our way through it. Something has to happen. You have to feed your children. We have to get the government to fix a few things so that we can have the energy to see the reward of the reforms they claim will enrich our lives in the future. We have to be alive to see that. So they have to dance like they care about what's going on here. Anyways, let's continue to look at this. How the judiciary can address its negative perception, says Shitu, a senior advocate of Nigeria. I agree, the judiciary, you are losing points with the Nigerian people. You have, the way you have conducted yourselves in the past 2 years has been shocking. You have been very, very undistinguished. You have been very badly behaved as an entity in this country, a very important entity of that. You have conducted yourselves very badly in the past 2 years. I hope that the reforms that is assumed to happen within your jurisdiction is going to be something that will benefit Nigerian people, because so far so good. The people have become worrisome of their judiciary system. Very bad sign indeed. So I hope you people are taking note. Reforms. The APC says confident of beneficial outcomes. It's all about that. That's all it's all about. Tinubu's New Year's speech is a manifesto of hopelessness, says the PDP. Obi condemns exclusion of North Central from regional commission budget. All right, a lot of things are going on. Okay, so 2025, Marine Kingdom has injected strange women into the world. MFM's Olukoya warns Nigerians. Amongst all of our strange problems, we have strange women also coming here to come stress us. Hardship. Tinubu floats company to bring down food and drug prices. And there's also the excess inflation with the naira that has been popped into the system for no reason, and nobody can explain why they have done this. And we're wondering if they understand how inflation works at all, but it's all good. Every step they take is for the benefit of the country and will benefit us all in the nearest future. So let us continue to make very bad decisions and just hope it all works out in the future, because it's reforms. It's reforms, isn't it? Don't you feel reformed? During this Christmas celebration, you didn't feel reformed? You, how much investments did you make? The 2024 that companies packed up and left Nigeria in numbers, local retail shops shutting down in numbers. We must become honest with ourselves. New refineries, NNPCL may cut crude and its supply to Dangote plant. New refineries, NNPCL may cut crude supply to Dangote plant. All right, so the beef is actually on now. Moving on, Lukarawa, Nigeria and Niger joint operations continue amid diplomatic row. Okay, so while we continue to verbally exchange words between Nigeria and Niger, uh, joint diplomatic operations continue despite all the physical, verbal exchange. So far they are doing the job, but it's just that they need to do some verbal fighting. I guess it's good for momentum. Okay, so Shatima, governors' wives welcome New Year babies. Oh yes, I remember that the president's wife, Oluremi Tinubu, and the wife of the Ghanaian president were also they were also involved in this New Year baby welcome celebration. Okay, so I guess something fun. Congratulations to the family that has the New Year baby. Uh, Wishing her a very happy life. She's a celebrity baby, having wives of presidents and powerful people come witness her arrival into the world. That's a beautiful thing. 133 women and girls killed in gender-related violence in 2024, says reports. Stop gender-based violence. We have been campaigning for this. Stop gender-based violence. All right, moving on. Abia State Governor stops PTA levies and other levies in schools. Thank you, Governor Alex Oti. All right, anything to relieve some of the stress from the Nigerian parents at this time is highly welcome. Thank you very much. Whatever you can do to give these parents some relief, please do. It's difficult. It's difficult. Uh, Having to sustain in this country right now with children and families, you must uh, take some pity on the family sector, the parents, and the working class parents. You just have to be kinder to them. So kudos to the Governor Alex Oti government for doing that, taking out all the levies from from schools in Abia State. That is very good. So all right, 140 FCT cops killed, 409 million naira recovered from criminals in 2024, says the Nigerian police. All right, Lagos Calabar Highway diasporans insist on Tinubu's intervention. All right, okay, so 1,072 people arrested and 200 firearms recovered in Enugu in 2024. So this is like roundups of all the achievements of security uh, forces in different areas in the country this period. So these are like yearly reports of what's been going on. Okay. Okay, moving vehicles. Okay, I'm not going to take that story as it is uh, not good. Okay. Naira defies CBN and Forex reforms and tumbles 41% in 2024. Congratulations. New withholding tax policy begins. Tinubu urged to intervene in Lagos Calabar road crisis. Okay, so hopefully he looks into that and saves the people some stress. Nasarawa Speaker hails President Tinubu for reviving refineries. Okay, can it please translate to availability and perhaps price reduction for ease of purchase for the Nigerian people? Can we just simply do that? Can it? I'm thinking that's like, it's simple to do, right? Why is it so difficult? Politics, they say. Labour Party officials collected 25 million naira from me for form instead of 15 million, says ex-Bayelsa governorship candidate. That is called office. All right, PDP for Tinubu's New Year speech says Nigerians have lost faith in him. Jigawa governor signs 698.3 billion naira 2025 budget into law. Okay, so Kano also signs 719.557 billion naira 2025 budget into law as well. So they are tightening out all the loose ends on the budgets. Okay, so there are no refusals. Everything seems to be working. Okay, something on entertainment. I got PTSD. Burna Boy explains abrupt exit from Lagos stage every year. All right, let's go to investigated stories and tell you what is going on there. Okay, more information on the news about the New Year baby. Wife of the president, Oluremi Tinubu, and the wife of Vice President Nana Shatima have met with the first baby born in 2025. The baby, named Chioma Odion Oyibo, was born in Asokoro General Hospital, Abuja, at about 12:27 a.m., weighing 3.6 kg. Gifts and cash were given to the family. Congratulations to the Odion Oyibo family. All right. Peter Obi condemns exclusion of North Central region from commission budget. Why is that? Questions. Ivory Coast becomes sixth African country to expel French troops from its soil, says Sahara Reporters. You can also join the conversation. You can also text us or send a WhatsApp message to our studio lines to be a part of the program this morning. 0706 048 5853. Also call 0915 570-8347 to be a part of the program. Remember, you can also join live on YouTube, drop your comments, contributions, and analysis on our YouTube page. It's High Voltage News. Please like, subscribe, and share. Good morning to you. Good morning.
Good morning, my dear sister. How are you?
Very well. You're welcome.
Yeah, the match is coming from Enugu. You are doing very well.
Thank you so much.
I want to comment on Ohaneze and Celsius 25.
Okay.
I don't know why Ohaneze is putting the car before the horse. Talking of Celsius 25 is going to be totally exercise the futility, totally right. Because you cannot talk about Celsius when insecurity is pervading the nation. Celsius, unbelievably, my guess is not a head count. I think it's head count. Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah, the southeast is being threatened. Of recent, we see the Lukarawa in southwest, even northwest. The southwest is oscillating. The north central is not at peace. The southeast is having issues with security everywhere. So who are you going to come? It's just a sense. So anybody is talking about insecurity for addressing the issue of insecurity, which has directly or indirectly affected food security. People are dying of hunger. There's insecurity everywhere. Talking about census. We have to get a priority right in this country. I think the government should put aside the census and face the issue of security squarely. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you so much, Vin Martins. Thank you for calling the program this morning. Put aside the census and take care of the security problems, because in reality, this census is going to cost this country money. And we've lost too many lives already. Someone should look into the security problems that we're facing. This census is not our major problems now. That's the thing we keep talking about. What are the priorities of government? What are the things she considers more important? What is most important to the Nigerian people now? A general census, or something that actually caters to the direct needs of the people? This is something that these people actually need to put into consideration, because they are being a little too reckless with the things they are considering to be most important in the country. Things like this. Nobody is talking about stabilizing any part of our lives. Nobody's talking about that. It's all just abstract projects. Abstract projects. They brought in Ebonyi State Airport in focus this December. They kept asking, what was the point of that airport? Because nobody used it. Pictures were coming out. The place looked like it was abandoned. But billions were spent doing that. It's about the priority of the people who are taking governance. Anambra State is complaining of high level of insecurity. Silence from Ohaneze Ndigbo or anybody else. All we have to these things are direct stories from victims whom, through the help of social media, we are now able to see directly. Ordinarily, we would have depended on what is being reported and how many are reported. Thank goodness for social media, because now we get to hear from the victims directly, because it is the least they can do. They have evidence of the experiences they are having or they've had. So I'm not seeing the governors in the East rallying around to discuss what 2025 is going to look like around here. Everybody seems to be getting commendations for all that they are doing. But where's the unification? Where's the programming? What's the idea? What are we running with? What's the project? What's the vision, my people? What is the vision for ourselves? What is the vision for Alibo 2025? What is the vision for Nigeria 2025? Or is this we're just going to continue as usual, same hopelessness, you know? You don't know what tomorrow is going to bring, so whatever it is, so that we can keep running to our churches like we don't know what it is that we're doing. We will continue to sell ourselves this hopelessness where nobody knows what tomorrow brings, and then we continue telling ourselves it's God who is doing it. Because that's what it is. We're selling ourselves hopelessness. Nobody knows what tomorrow is going to bring. The money in your account, you don't know if it's going to diminish completely tomorrow. You don't know if, because of course it never does a leap, it only does a diminish. So we don't know what areas of our lives are going to be attacked tomorrow. So what's the plan? Are you going to increase more tariffs? Already you told us to expect to buy data for more. You've told us that you will increase the bank charges as well in 2025. So already we have that in focus. But what we don't know is what you're going to do with petroleum. We don't know what you're going to do with transport. We don't know what you're going to do. We don't know. Other surprises you're planning to spring up on us in 2025, and that's what we're talking about. We've not even adjusted to the surprises you sprang up on us in 2024. We're still trying to grasp ourselves out of that. Christmas suffered this year because we are still struggling. We're still trying to figure out how, for the first time in our lives, we're buying fuel for 1,000 plus. First time in history since the inception of this country, ever. And the government pretended like they had no idea what a shocker that was for an entire nation. And everybody's carrying on like nothing happened. And the NLC has the audacity to tell Nigerians this morning that they are pushing for the minimum wage increase. A minimum wage that you did not ascertain that the government did their part of the bargain and made sure that they paid. You could not hold them to ransom to pay. You could not get them to play their part of the deal. And now you're walking around trying to pretend like the Nigerian Civil service is receiving 70,000 naira minimum wage, and now you're telling them that you want to fight. What is that? Don't you have no respect for labor? Don't you have no respect for the Nigerian people? Have you called the governors to find out if they have paid? Have you gone to your staff members? Have you gone to the labor? You have your groups. Have you gone to your groups to find out if the agreement that you had with the government has been fulfilled? And instead of you to find better words to say to your people, you're going to try to deceive them and say you're going to vie for more. We saw the outrageous sums you put up before, 250,000 naira minimum wage in a country that refuses to pay 30,000. And then you got it to 70, thankfully to 70. And now the governors are fighting that they can't pay 70 because it's too much. And for some reason, some of them agreed publicly that they would pay the 70,000 naira. Some even said they would pay more. But it's about seeing it. We don't have to hear it. We hear it every day. You make us promises every day. You promised to sell them subsidized rice. You never came through. You've made too many promises. You never came through. You promised free transportation to Nigerians during this Christmas. You never came through. So it doesn't matter what I say to Nigerians here. It's the feedback. And I'm also a Nigerian. So I'm also expecting that when I see these things, I read these things and I see them, I'm expected to also enjoy part of them. I want to also see them. I have relatives in this country too who are supposed to enjoy said free transportation if it did exist. If they had sold rice for subsidized amount, I would have had family members or community members or people who are around me who would have benefited. So I'm just trying to say that the general workings of this country affects all of us. If everything worked out right, we will all enjoy it. If we are people who were not so desperate, if we are people who are not so bitter, who are not so sad and miserable, our environment will be better. You wouldn't need to build all your huge fences trying to separate yourselves. You wouldn't need all of the escorts. You wouldn't need all the gadgets you need to protect yourself. You wouldn't need that. If you built a society that was habitable, not a society you are afraid to walk in. You're surrounding yourselves with these bodyguards and these security forces. You've got your bulletproof cars. You've got the vests. You've built all these things to protect yourself. From what? If you loved the people, if you meant well for the people, you wouldn't need all of this. A country that loves her citizens, after hearing of 3 food stampedes, would have taken her food crisis seriously, would have taken her economic depletion seriously. A country who have had our experience in 2024 would have had a different ball game for 2025 if it meant well for its people. But from what we've seen, everybody is quite proud of 2024. And I'm talking about the elites now. You are all proud of what you have done. You have found the glory in it. You have justified your actions. Apparently, you have done Nigerians a great favor in 2024. I am just hoping that somehow the people themselves will begin to see how all of this is connected, how we are all involved in making all of these our dreams come true. The fact that parents will begin to run helter-skelter in the next 1 week. The fact that January is going to hold some of you by the balls. The fact that you don't know what the next school fees for your children will be like. You don't know what the next surprise that will be sprung up on you. You are right there. You're praying that none of your children fall sick because you do not know what is going to happen when you go over there to the health centers for them to take care of your babies. It is these uncertainties that I am talking about. If you had a crisis with your kid in the night, you're not worried about getting to the hospital. You're worried about getting a cab. And these are the Nigerian problems in 2025. At what point are we going to actually advance? When does it get better? Ordering things online does not mean you have actually made an advancement. It is physically, if the people in your environment begin to move with the right mindset, with the right concept, then you are making changes. But for now, we can all keep going about our businesses and pretending everything is okay. I'll see you again tomorrow morning. My name is Mavis. This is High Voltage. Remember to subscribe to our channel on YouTube. It's High Voltage News. Please like, subscribe, and share. All right? Comes to you every weekdays, Mondays through Fridays, 9 a.m. till 10. Consider your actions today. It's a brand new year, so you have a chance to decide to be different. Have a good morning.